What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's me. Play at 1.5 times speed or 2.0 times speed. Sorry, I'm also trying out a new mic setup, so hopefully all things go well. But let's get into it, shall we? I am reacting to a buddy of mine further beyond gaming. He said that I could react to his video and I would love to do such. So let's get on into it, shall we?
Video already, or this gameplay demonstration. It was sent to me a couple of times. I wanted to look into it beforehand just to see if it would even be a game I'd be interested in sharing and covering here on the channel, and it 100% is. This is Azure Promilia, a brand new game that was announced by the developers that made Azure Lane, and that caught my interest in of itself because I'm an Ethergazer content creator, and so it's within the same family. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this with you all. I'm sure you've seen it already, but I wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on this, as well as why I'm so excited for this game, because this game is doing things that are far different than others, that elevates it, in my opinion, makes it unique, and has me incredibly excited to invest into it. Now, with that also being said, I hope to be able to try this game early with some type of closed beta. I want to get my hands on this game. I want to test it out for you all, showcase it for you all. Once again, we're going to take a look at this gameplay demonstration, about 15 minutes long, which is absurd. You really don't see that, so it seems as if they are ready to showcase this.
The only reason you don't see a 15-minute video all over the place for like every game, from what my understanding is that people don't have as much confidence in their games like Manju Studios does here.
Game, and I'm all here for it. Look at this world. If you cannot tell, I'm incredibly excited about this game, and I hope you are also. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, but I'm gonna really dive deep into this trailer and really give you some insight on what I'm most excited about when it comes to this game in particular, which right there you can see right off the bat, we're just jumping into it, and it's the mount right there. The village looks great, the characters look great, the designs look great. Now, initially I thought this was just going to be like a companion game, and so that's why I wanted to look at it beforehand, because I'm like, I'm not too sure if that's right up my alley. But then I seen everything else associated with it. We got personality here. I know I'm talking a lot during this trailer, guys, but I've seen it already. If we can whip around like that in game, that's just going to be top tier, absolute top tier. But they cooked. They absolutely cooked, and this was far more than I was expecting from this game. So I'm all in. You got me. I'm all in. Sign me up. Where can I sign up? But yeah, I thought it was gonna be just a companion game, and that's great and all, but that's not for me. But no, it's far more than that from what I can see. I just want more details, and I just want to get my hands on it. Characters look phenomenal, and there's a wide variety of characters. There's a big spectrum of characters, from small to big to in between. Now this is what got me right here. I'm not gonna pause it.
I'm not going to lie. There is a game out right now. It's called Millennium Elf Tour, and let's see if I can find the character. Give me a second. Uh,
Expecting from this game. So I'm all in. You got me. I'm all in. Sign me up. Where can I sign up? But yeah, I thought it was gonna be just a companion game, and that's great and all, but that's not for me. But no, it's far more than that from what I can see, and I just want more details, and I just want to get my hands on it.
Her
I can see, and I just want more details, and I just want to get my hands on it.
Dang it.
More details, and I just want to get my hands on it.
Why isn't that a good...
And I just want to get my hands on it. Want to get my hands on it.
Okay, it's at least a better picture than previous. But, Millennium Elf Tour actually has a couple characters that look exactly like this or close to it. So to me that was quite funny. Because Millennium Elf Tour is a really fun turn-based game. You want to talk about min-maxing your ability? Holy crap. But, yeah, it was just funny how the Millennium Elf Tour and, Azure Promilia, sorry. Azure Promilia and Millennium Elf Tour had a similar design to a character. To me, I don't know why. Carry on.
Characters look phenomenal, and there's a wide variety of characters, right? There's a big spectrum of characters from small to big to in between. Now, this is what got me right here. I'm not going to pause it, but that got me right there. The companions, but not only the companions, the mounts, and that's what kind of burnt me out of open world games. I'll talk about it here more in just a second. That, when I saw that, that got me. And what we're going to see here in just a moment. But look, these characters look amazing. They do look good. And yes, I am riding a hype train right now. I am. I'm full hype mode. You cannot take me out of it at the moment.
So how does this usually work? What is this one for?
Your plate. That's your plate.
Oh,
Stupid ad.
I'm in full hype mode for this. They just did a good job. They did a good job. This is how you present your game. This is how you present your game. This is a phenomenal first impression. Azure.
Well, the PV is not how you present your game. That's pretty lackluster. But the combat after the PV is like pure amazingness.
Promilia. This, when I saw this, is what right here, this is what hooked me in and had me want to just sign up immediately. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I got kind of burnt out of the open world exploring because it just was tiresome and burdensome for me to be able to explore only by running, where you're capped by a stamina, and then you only have a glider, and that glider is a stupid concept in my opinion, and it is incredibly slow. So it never wanted me to explore the world because it felt like a chore to do so. And I
Not wrong. You are not wrong further.
just wanted to fast travel everywhere because it was just not fun exploring. But to be able to fly, or to be able to have companions that you can mount and be able to move quicker and fly throughout the open world and see it from a different perspective and angle, that has me want to explore the world. I think that is an incredible idea and very fun in my opinion. One example that I can point to that maybe not a lot of people can relate to is Anthem. When you can fly and you can be able to see the world that was created through flying, that is a whole nother level in my opinion. Now I'll explore all day long flying, and then I saw this. The combat is right up my alley. It is fast, it is flashy, and that's what I'm all about. Once again, I thought this was just a companion collector, like a Pokemon game, and I'm like, that's cool, but that's not really me. And then I saw the combat and the ultimates, and your companions are there with you, and it has element aspect to it. I'm like, okay, you're telling me I can fly and explore the open world. I have amazing ARPG-esque combat where it's action-oriented, switch in, switch out type of play style, applying elements, using my companions that are unique to each character that you can place on them individually. I was like, okay, all right, you caught my attention now. And then the UI is just so fresh, so different. It is not the same template. It is something that is unique, and it looks good. I'm riding the hype train. I don't care what you guys have to say. I'm riding the
It's not the same template as Genshin Impact. It's more of a unique UI.
of course I care what you guys have to say. I'm riding the hype train, and I just
Even though he said it was a unique UI. But I just wanted to clarify what it was, because as far as I'm concerned, there's quite a lot of games that are like ripping things from Genshin, um, or not ripping, but copying some things that are from Genshin. Because, I mean, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? And so, that UI is usually really good, but to see something unique is a breath of fresh air, as far as I'm concerned. And I think Further would agree with me on that. But that's up to him.
think it looks incredible. I think it looks good. And once again, the variety of different characters that you have here, the designs look great, the personalities are there, the facial expressions are there. This game looks awesome. And once again, I'm just ready to try it out and get my hands on it to see how it truly feels in game. This character looks beautiful and might be main, possibly. We'll see. But she looks great. You know, you have big and small. You have all sorts of personality. Once again, facial expressions. Look at all of that. This is main frame one, day one. I don't care what anybody says. That is main day one, frame one, right there. That character with katana, sign me up. And then we have a lance user, right? It's just different weapons, different archetypes. And once again, the companions associated with these characters and the fact that you can use them in the open world to do certain things. Just amazing. Mounts, flying mounts, capture. Well, the thing is, I don't know if you capture them per se. It might just be like a collecting thing throughout the open world. I'm not entirely too sure. I'm not sure if they showed that here. But that would be, it's another layer to what we have already with this game, which is a lot. But I'm all for it, right? I'm all for it. And once again, the UI is just, it's so unique, so different.
I'm surprised Further did not comment on uh, how nice the water looked, because, like, no offense to Further, but the water looks like a lot better than most games, I would say. Um, and it's just cool to see. And so I was surprised that he didn't, but at the same time, he's hyped about everything else. Like, he let him be hyped about everything else.
And it seems really polished at the moment. It seems really polished. It seems like they've been working on this for quite some time in the background. And this is, once again,
if I'm not mistaken, they've been working on this for like a year or two. They got licensing in October of 2023. And then they rebranded in January 2024. I don't know how long they've been working on it, but long enough.
an example of using the companions in the open world to be able to do certain things. Just a very unique feature. And the open world seems, in my opinion, to be a little more populated, not with people, but with these companions, with these, I don't know what you would call them, animals. You know, these creatures, I guess you will. It makes the world feel more alive because they're populated with these, you know, with these creatures or animals. Like, look at that. And what are those? Those guys look menacing. And once again, the mount. The fact that you can mount the companions and move throughout the open world in a much quicker fashion, and it doesn't seem to have a stamina correlated with it or associated with it, and you can change your companions on the fly. I'm just, once again, that's what I'm here for. And I might be repeating myself a lot here, but I want to reiterate and drive that point home. So you have the companion attacking, switching out. And that's like a hula hoop character. And then you got the hammer doing so. Look at, once again, the combat, right? The combat looks great. Dropping down. The hula hoop is just a pretty unique weapon. You don't see it in many games.
Which you don't see it in, like, pretty much 90% of games. You don't see it. Like, I'm not even sure 90% is accurate. I think it's more like 99%. You really don't see a hula hoop being used as a weapon at, like, all.
And then you got the companion running with you, the ultimate.
I'm sorry, that tornado is just so cool.
It's just, yeah, it just looks really, really solid.
It's an interesting phrase. Go boldly.
Really solid. Not too overly complex when it comes to the combat. It looks like there was just an ultimate, a skill, and a basic attack possibly, and then you have your companions, obviously. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how you mix and match those, you know, depending on, like, what element might be best, and if you put the same element of the character. So for example, this character seems to be some type of like earth element, and they have like what seems or appears to be like an earth companion associated with them. And I just realized that Hog has a drill for a tail. Has a drill for a tail. That is peak design right there. Absolute peak design. So now they went ahead and have this fire element, the fire companion. That's what I'm saying, like this character seems to be fire element, and then they have a fire character, fire companion I should say, associated with them. And then you can have, yeah, you can have the companions do work for you to farm the open world. Wild, absolutely wild. So that's what I'm wondering is if, you know, if you're a fire element character, you know, is it more beneficial to have the fire companion associated with you? Do you get added, you know, benefits like extra fire elemental damage when you have a fire?
Good question. Very good question. I would like to know too.
Our companion? I'm not too sure. And then look, it just seems like you might just find eggs of the companions out in the open world. It doesn't seem as if you necessarily capture them per se. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if that's an option that you do have. Maybe for some. Well, that was interesting. Oh, it's the mount that you can call. So there's a wheel for the mounts that you can call possibly, and you could just do it on the fly.
Wait, so if there's a wheel for each specific mount, because the top one was the ground mount, and then the second one from the top, the one they just used, was the flying mount. So will the third one be like a water mount or something? Or is it gonna be like completely different? Like, is it just going to be the two set the select like two mounts or something, and then the rest of the hotbar is just like way for summons or events or things of that nature. Your inventory.
And this right here, I will explore your open world all day long. The world, the beautiful world that you made, I will explore all day long if I can do it in this type of fashion. Look at the
Facts.
different perspective, the angle, flying. There's something about flying in games, whether it's flying like this or swinging like in Spider-Man. There's something about it that just is more enjoyable. I don't know how else to put it. It
Facts.
is far more enjoyable to explore an open world, a massive open world.
Although I do wonder how high you can truly go. Like, uh, I don't think you can go super high or anything like that, but I do wonder if you're going to be able to at least go kind of high to where it's not limited fully by um, the world. It's limited by like, wait, no, wrong words. It's not limited by how high you can go, it's limited by the world. That's what I meant to say.
In this type of manner, rather than being tied to a stamina system and only running or gliding. It's just no, that just is not fun in my opinion. This, on the other hand, I will do that all day long, and I might just do it for fun. You know, that's what's different about this game, and why I'm so interested in this game. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of getting burnt out of the open world games. Open world games weren't that, you know, magical and mystical like they were when they first dropped. It wasn't that interesting to me anymore. Like, if there was a new open world game, I would have to see how it is first to even see if I'd be interested.
Like that right there. I'm pretty sure that is the highest that we have seen the character appear in game. So I'm wondering how high we can truly go. what's the ceiling on that? That's my question. Only because I want to know how far I can go up and how far I can go down. And I want to know if you can call your mount back out in the air, or are you just like screwed at that point? These are questions I want to know, and I will find out when this game comes to fruition.
And look at flying throughout this. Imagine if you had to simply climb up that or simply had to run through this with stamina. It would not be fun, but it's a beautiful world to explore by flying and by mounting with no stamina associated with it. You just go. Look at these different worlds and different areas. And then we have what appears to be legit boss fights. It's just, yeah. Once again, this is why I'm so excited about this game. Is because they have brought together some of, if not all, the best aspects.
I'm wondering if they will implement more challenge-based combat, or they will go for a more casual aspect. That I think will be interesting, because I've seen the trailer, of course, but if anyone else hasn't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything for them just yet.
Of an open world game, and they brought it together for this one. And it just appears that they're doing a lot of things right. Now, obviously, still have to try it out, see how it feels, see how it plays, and really dive into all that this game has to offer. But, I mean, once again, first impressions are everything, and this was one heck of a first impression. One heck of a first impression. So, yeah, it looks like you have the skill, the ultimate skill, the companion, and then you can switch with the characters. And once again, the elements, there's a break system as well. And you can see the element under the health bar, the enemy that you can apply onto the enemy. And you can see there's certain levels to it. I guess the amount that you're applying onto them.
Here's what they don't want homeowners in America to know.
So, why doesn't every home in the U.S.
That's really cool. Now, how important that's going to be, I'm not too sure. Some elements might break the enemies quicker. Some elements, or some enemies might be weaker to certain elements. So it might be strategic on who you bring and who you use. I'm just wondering how unique these characters' kits are. Or how in-depth, like.
So I'm wondering if that Lance character is actually going to be more of an attack-based character rather than defensive, or is it gonna be defensive rather than offensive? That might be interesting to find out. And I do also wonder if that Lance character is defensive, then I wonder if they will implement an offensive Lance character, or implement like a hybrid of both.
I should say. That was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And then what I'm also wondering, if there's gonna be co-op, like what type of gameplay are we looking at? What type of loot, like gameplay loot?
See right here, farming. That is going to cater so much to the casual players. So much more than the combat and everything else. Well, mostly the combat. But the casual players will definitely enjoy the farming, the exploring, and the riding mounts and just testing stuff out to see what limits there are and everything. So it'll be interesting to see how skillful they'll make the combat. Will it be, will the combat cater more toward the hardcore players and the rest be more toward the casual players? Or something like that? Like, there has to be a good mix of both, in my opinion. And so I think that would be interesting to see what route they take.
Look at this. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This isn't my go-to. This is not what I truly look for, but they have a full-on working, functioning, running village thing going on here where you got your companions going to work, going to town. And one thing I can see this appealing to so many different players. You know, casual players that love this type. You know, hardcore players that love the ARPG like myself. This is gonna cater to a lot of people. This is gonna cater to a lot of people, and I can see a lot of people being, you know, gravitating towards this game because it has something for everybody.
So, he's not done talking, but the trailer is done, so I am going to end it. Because Further basically covered everything that I would have if I reacted to it. Although some things I reacted to some things that Further did not, and but that's just a difference of perspective. Because Further and myself, we are two different people, so our mindsets are just on completely different things. I like seeing similarities and stuff, but then I like seeing the uniqueness of what they have. And so I personally don't know what Further's into sing and stuff like that. But I do thank Further for letting me react to his video. I thought it was a lot of fun. And hopefully I can talk with Further and we can just hang out or something like that. And just talk and all that. And so we can be friends and everything. That would be awesome, I think. But bottom line is, Azure I always get this name wrong. Azure Promilia is scheduled to come out sometime in 2024. I think. I can't exactly get confirmation on that because we don't have exact confirmation about the game ourselves. So I can't exactly say when it's gonna come out when. I have no idea. But that's gonna end it for me, and thanks again further for letting me react, and I'll see everyone later. God bless. Oh, I can't wait